And we're here to teach you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who you are according to the Bible. We're here to teach you the truth according to this Bible, that you are the Israelites. You're not a black man. You're not Hispanic. You're not a Negro. You're God's chosen people. Give me John chapter 8, verse 32. We're here to show you the truth in these last days, that you need to know that it's high time to wake up out of your sleep. Give me what you got.
John chapter 8 and verse 32.
Bring it out.
And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
What is the truth? What is that truth that this Bible is talking about? What is truth that God is referring to? That you so-called black men, Hispanics, we are the Israelites. We are God's chosen people. We don't need to be gang-banging, selling dope, getting drunk, doing all manners of wickedness, all manners of evil. We need to come back into God's laws and His laws, statutes, and commandments. Read that from the top again.
John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Brother over there riding the bike, have you ever heard that you are an Israelite according to the Bible? What day is the Sabbath day? What is the things that we need to know to get right on the right side with God? Because a lot of our people think what? That we got to go to church on Sunday. We can do anything that we want throughout the week and still get the kingdom of heaven. That is not so according to this Bible. We're here to teach you the truth according to this word. Give me what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
What is the book of Deuteronomy 28 going into? Your history, your nationality, your heritage, you so-called black man, you so-called Hispanic. Verses 1 through 14 goes over the blessings that you would have inherited in your people if y'all would have kept the commandments of God. Verses 15 through 68 shows what we go through today here in 2023. Read on.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
If we did not observe to do all the commandments of God, what was going to happen to our people?
And his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these curses shall come upon our people. Now you got to ask yourself, is that curse a good or a bad thing? For we all know that what? A curse is a bad thing. The blessing that we would have inherited would have been that good thing. But God said what? Curses are going to happen to his people for us disobeying his laws. Read.
And overtake thee. Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The first curse that showed upon our people is what it says, cursed shall we be in the city. Any hood, any ghetto, any trap you go in the land of America or any across the whole world, where do you see our people at? In the ghettos, in the traps. Who is there predominantly? Blacks and Hispanics, read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
When were we cursed in the field? When were we cursed in the field? The 14, 15, 1600s. Our people were cursed in the field, picking cotton, gathering sugar cane. We were doing that thing in the field. This Bible is for us. Read on.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
What do you do with a basket? You store things in that basket. What we have today, you got the bank accounts. What is the statistics today for the black man? We got less than $2,000 in our bank account. That's on the average for a black man. The so-called white man has triple that amount in their bank account. Why can't we keep money and store it into our baskets? Why is that? Because God cursed our people. Why did he curse our people? Give me verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It says because we didn't hearken unto God's voice. Where is God's voice found? In this Bible. The fact we didn't listen to God, therefore these curses came upon us. That's going to continue to happen to our people. We're going to continue to get shot down in the streets. The borders of California and Texas will continue to be cages for our so-called Hispanic brothers until we return back to God's laws. Read on.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee.
Who were the commandments given to in the Old Testament? Because we're taught that what? This Bible is for everybody. This Bible is for all nations, all people. Jesus came for everybody. Who was the commandments given to? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This Bible was given to you. It's not an international book. It's your heritage. It's your book.
You're sitting at home, you're watching YouTube, and you just letting your life pass you by.
Maybe I'll subscribe tomorrow. Maybe I'll subscribe next month. No, do it now. You can watch classes before work, after work, in between on your breaks. You on your phone all day anyways. Why not pick up the phone and get you something that's going to edify your life and get you on a better path? What are you waiting on?
Look, give me what you got.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
That is how we know who we are today. That is how we know, and we can find out in these last days that we fit these curses. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you fit the curses of Deuteronomy 28. You fit the curses of Leviticus 26. We go through the curses of this Bible. Read on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things.
God said, because we didn't want to serve him. We don't even know what to do in these last days. A lot of our people don't know that today is the Lord's Sabbath day. We're going out buying, we're going out selling, we're doing all manners of evil and wickedness and not even considering the Most High God. Read on.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
God says, do what?
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Why is God proclaiming to our people, hey, remember the Sabbath day? Because he knew in 2023 that we will forget. We will forget God's Sabbath day. Therefore what? We keep it on Sunday. Or we say that the Sabbath day is any day of the week. But God says, remember the Sabbath day and do what?
To keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
God is going to explain himself what he means. He says 6 days shall you labor and do what?
And do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But God said his 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. We all got a calendar on our phone. You count 6 days from Sunday to Friday. That is the 6 days. The Lord's Sabbath day is on Saturday. It's not on Sunday. That's something that we can clearly see out of the Bible. For we all know the 10 Commandments, that we got to keep this Bible. We got to keep the commandments. Read on.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
God is telling our people that we're not supposed to be working on the Sabbath day. But what do for our people to work on the Sabbath day? They make sure that paycheck come on what? On Friday. All the basketball games, football games, baseball, all that is being conducted on Saturdays. They know how to keep our people in sin. They know how to keep our people down. Because why? They knew that what? If we broke God's commandments, therefore they could overcome us. Then they can overtake us. Then they could put us into slavery. They knew our God would not fight for us as long as we're in the midst of sin. Go back to what you heard. Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
God says, therefore, because you didn't keep God's commandments, we were going to serve our enemies. Who is our enemies today? Who are our enemies that God is referring to? He's going to give you some attributes of that enemy. Read what you got.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Which God sent against us, right?
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness.
God says your enemy you will have to serve for one of hunger, thirst, and clothing. Who do we have to serve for all those things? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves. These are the things we have to recollect and think ourselves upon. Read on.
And in want of all things.
And God says we're going to have to serve that enemy for the one of all things. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Who had yokes of iron upon their neck? We have to ask these questions. This is Bible. This is a King James Version Bible. Why have we not been taught this? Why do we not know this knowledge?
What is nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is